Charles.
Hello, how are you?
So nice to meet you. Looking dapper tonight, my
Look
friend.
at you. I better bring something because you got to stand next to this gorgeousness.
Oh, we've got the king of OBX right here. I gotta talk to you about OBX because I'm such a big fan. That season finale, what?
Nice. Did it move you a little bit?
Yeah, that and then some. Can you tell us anything about what to expect for season 4? I know y'all are going to start filming soon.
Well, they have a writer's strike going on right now, so I don't know if they're going to start on schedule. Hopefully that will get handled and dealt with as quickly as possible because I know they have plenty of ideas, and I think 1 or 2 of the cast members saw a script or 2. I'm not one of those guys, but they got to see it, and they were already very excited. I think we jump ahead a little bit in time is what they do. Whether Ward, how much Ward is a part of it, I don't know, spoilers, but man, Ward had it was a big ending there, and
it was.
Well, that's all you can ever ask for with a character like that. It was always an interesting, complicated character, Ward, because he's his bad guy, right? But sometimes you feel for him, sometimes you understand him, and that's all I ever want. If you're playing a real good guy, stick a little darkness in there. If you're playing a real bad guy, stick a little light and a little love in there. So to keep it interesting.
Well, and it's up to you to find that empathy and that vulnerability, which you do so well, and that's why Ward is such a fun character to watch.
Well, we all find that for ourselves. Everybody empathizes, no matter where you are and what you're doing. You sort of feel for yourself and your situation. I could empathize with Ward, even though he did these things that maybe, you know, I don't know if you should do them, but he was always trying his best, and Lord knows he loves his family, especially his daughter, Sarah.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Sometimes I'm not sure.
I said the Lord knows. I said, you might not, but.
Okay, your co-star, Chase Stokes, you must be so happy for him. He looks so happy with Kelsea Ballerini.
Absolutely. I've actually known Kelsea far longer than I've known Chase. Really? I've known Kelsea for years back in Nashville, and so then I obviously get to Chase and I, by the way, I know we look like we don't get along when we're on screen, but I love that guy. He's such a good guy. He leads that show with such grace and dignity. I'm telling you, I get in the van, and our van driver's there, and it might be a 64-year-old woman. He gets in there. He knows everything that's going on in her family. He's like, how's your nephew doing? He just cares about everybody. So if I care about my friend Kelsea, and I do, I know what a good heart Chase has, and vice versa. So they seem pretty happy, don't you think?
Why do you think they're such a good match for each other?
I don't know, actually. I think they both have youthful, excited, happy hearts, and they're both always been very kind to me every time I've interacted with either one of them. So there's that, but also they're also a little, they're pretty funny together. They're both a little bit
spicy together?
Kooky, a little kooky, yeah. they make each other laugh, which is, I've been married 31 years, and that's the only way I kept that going is make her laugh.
Hey, that's huge.
Just got to do that.
Okay, we're going to move on from OBX. A lot of people might not know that you are a singer, Charles. You've been holding out on us.
Well, I got to do a little bit on that Nashville show, and that was always the first place that anybody really saw me do that. And Nashville, the show, brought me to Nashville, the town, and it opened up. It's called Music City for a reason. So all my friends are songwriters and players, and so I was just able to take that thing that I've loved. I was a musician long before I was an actor. I didn't act till I was like 26. I went out to LA, or 24, 25, but I've been making music my whole life. So to be there now, to fulfill these dreams, to make this album I'm working on, and to get to do music, it's honestly where my heart lies, I think.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
Isn't it funny how in this industry you become known for one thing, even though you've been a musician your entire life?
That's okay though, because then people discover it, and maybe that's what brings them into a concert.
Yeah.
But it won't get them to come back. If they can come because you're famous or they know you from a show, but if they don't feel the connection to the music, and if it doesn't move them at all, it was fun. He's a nice guy, but I always try to make sure they go, wait a second, wait, I want to hear more of that. So that's the goal. That's all I can ever aim for.
Yeah, and you got to surprise your friend Ashley with an award yesterday, right? What did that feel like?
Well, my buddy Ashley Gorley is perhaps the most decorated songwriter in Nashville. He has 64 number ones.
Say it again.
64. I mean, I think Baskin Robbins has 31 flavors. It's like 2 Baskin Robbins and then 2 more flavors. And yet somehow he had never won the ACM Songwriter of the Year, of all his accolades, of all his trophies. So they did a little bit of writers' round yesterday. All the nominees got to sing a couple songs acoustically like we do in Nashville. And then he was doing an interview just like that, and they gave me the bumped right in with that trophy, and I said, Ashley, congratulations, you're the ACM Songwriter of the Year. And it was his first one somehow, and so it meant a whole lot to him, and I love the guy, so it meant a lot to me.
Were the man tears flowing at that point? Was it a little dusty in there?
Honestly, you know, guys, practical jokes and all that, I think it took him a minute to go, is this really happening, or did he just grab the statue and pretend? Or so I'm like, Ashley, this is happening, this is real. I got a little emotional, but I think he was holding it back. Ashley's a very even-keeled guy, so he blinked 2 or 3 times, and that's like crying for him. So I think he felt a lot.
All right, one last question for you.
Yeah.
Anybody here tonight that's going to be here that you're not going to be able to play it cool with? Somebody that you will just like geek out over, be starstruck over?
Dolly.
That's the
Dolly.
one.
I mean, I've met her twice, and she's been kind to me twice, but every time you meet her, first of all, she puts you utterly at ease, but the back of your head is blown up going, that's Dolly Parton. She means everything. Garth too, but Garth knows he will step back for Dolly.
Yep.
I can't wait to watch them work tonight. Yeah.
Okay, well, so great to meet you, Charles.
So nice to meet you. A pleasure.
Thank you so much.